Okay, let's talk a little bit more about theory. So here are the things that we learned already. We learned about interval patterns that make up scales, both major and minor. We also learned about relative major and minor scales. We saw that we could take the white notes on a piano and we could play the interval pattern that makes up a major scale if we started on the note C. We also saw that we could just use the white keys and play the interval patterns that make up a minor scale if we started on the note A. So that means A minor shares the exact same notes as C major. We also learned that each note in a scale is assigned a number, the first note being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it repeats on 8. We also learned how the first, the third, and the fifth note of a scale make up that key's triad for its tonic or one chord. So, the example that we gave was in C. We have C, E, and G. That makes up our triad for a C major chord. Every single note of that scale can also have a chord that's assigned to it by doing the same thing, taking the next respective 1, 3, and 5 notes within that scale. So we said that 1 was C, E, and G. Now we can start on our 2 note and we get D, F, we get D, F, A. Then we can start on our 3 note and we get E, G, B. We can start on our 4 note, we get F, A, C. We can start on our 5 note, we get G, B, G, B, D. We can start on our 7 note, we get A, C, E. And then we can start on our 7 note, and we get B, D, F. So what happens then is we see that we can create, using those notes, a chord, a triad of a chord. Each of those chords is going to be assigned the corresponding number of the note in that scale that it starts on. So we have our 1 chord, our 2 chord, our 3 chord, our 4 chord, our 5 chord, and our 7 chord. But here's the thing. Each of these chords has varying interval distances between the notes. So between C and E, we get 2 whole steps. But between E and G, we get 1 1/2 steps. This is the interval distance of a major chord. So between C and E, C, D is a whole step, D to E is a whole step. So 2 whole steps between 1 and 3. But then between E to F is a half step, F to G is a whole step. That's 1 1/2 steps. So that interval distance of 2 whole steps and 1 1/2 steps is what makes up a major chord. But then if we go to our 2 chord, we start on D. Now D to E is a whole step, but E to F is a half step. So that's 1 1/2 steps in between the first note and the third note of that chord. Now F to G is a whole step, and G to A is a whole step. So that's 2 whole steps. That's the interval distance of a minor chord. 1 1/2 step, and then 2 whole steps. So a major chord is going to be 2 whole steps between 1 and 3, and 1 1/2 steps in between 3 and 5. A minor chord is going to be 1 1/2 steps between 1 and 3, and 2 whole steps between 3 and 5. So if we look at those different chords that we had that corresponded to each note in the C major scale, our 1 chord will be major, our 2 chord will be minor, our 3 chord will be minor, our 4 chord will be major, our 5 chord will be major, our 6 chord will be minor, and our 7 chord is also going to be minor. It's actually diminished. We'll get into that later. And then it repeats again back to tonic, or the 1 chord. I'll touch on this real quick. That 7 chord is diminished. Sorry. The reason it's diminished is because if you count up the interval distance is going to be 1 1/2 step, and then between 3 to 5, 1 1/2 steps. So between 1 to 3, it's 1 1/2 steps. Between 3 to 5, it's 1 1/2 steps. That creates something called a diminished chord, which is for future lessons. But the next thing to notice here is we use the Roman numerals when we're talking about the chords. If it's a major chord, we're going to use a regular Roman numeral. For a minor chord, we're going to use lowercase i's. So major is going to be the uppercase, and then minor are going to be lowercase. So our 1 chord is major, our 2 chord is a minor, our 3 chord is a minor, our 4 chord is a major, our 5 chord is a major, our 6 chord is a minor, our 7 chord is a minor, really diminished, and then we repeat again back to tonic.